there on some type of approach?
Yeah, it's different in a lot of respects. Obviously, the long, slow mesh, and they try to put you in conflict probably better than anybody that we see all year. It's very challenging on a lot of levels. The execution and the precision, the timeliness of it, the explosiveness of it. It's like playing a triple option team, you know, in a lot of ways. The discipline they force you to play with, and they force you to defend every patch of grass that's out there. And then they go at, you know, warp speed. You know, nobody we play goes as fast as these guys. And they can execute at a very high level despite that. So that's abnormal too. Sam Hartman is playing as well as any football player in college football. You know, they're averaging over 50 points a game in their last 5 games. And you know, you got a lot of respect for them, how they develop, how they coach, their systems, and their guys are always in position to win. So they do a great job. And then I think they, from where they were a year ago, they've been able to complement, you know, what they're doing with their receivers. That are really playing at a high level. They're deep there, and you know, they can attack you, you know, everywhere. So make it tough.
You mentioned the triple option. Is that the similar keys to if you were playing a Citadel team or something? You know, good eyes, you know, making sure you stay in your.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of that. You know, and there's a lot of discipline that you got to have to play well, no matter who you're playing. So, certainly, you know, I think alignments and leverages and your technique, I think those will be strained every bit as much as your eyes, you know, in this game. They don't do a ton of eye candy, but they do it a little bit. But it's not as much eye candy as it's just flat out execution.
The last few years when y'all been able to slow them down, what do you feel like is the key to?
Well, I think, you know, a lot of things, you know, winning the line of scrimmage, tackling well, you know, staying on top of everything, and I think they do, you know, a great job on the other side of the ball, creating stress too. They're well coached over there, and we've been able to put pressure on them, you know, with scoring. You know, it complements each other. The more opportunities you give these guys, you give them the ball, the more opportunities they got to score. So if you just watch their games, you know, you might slow them down here or there. They're just relentless. How they come after you, they're very aggressive, and how they attack you. So I think, you know, playing complementary football is what we've done well since we've played them. Hadn't been just defense by any stretch. So.
With the defensive line that y'all have and how well they played this year, do you feel like you can disrupt some of that timing with the mesh point that other teams maybe can?
I don't know. I watched North Carolina. Their D-line played better than we did at Pitt. So I think you might look at one snapshot and say that. I don't know. We, you know, hopefully we're healthy. You know, we're a shell of ourselves. You know, they've been playing pretty good the last couple of games. But what they do scheme-wise, they protect themselves from all that. I think they do a great job of. You can't be, you know, just running up the field, chasing guys down inside. It doesn't work like that with these guys. So they force you to play really disciplined football, and again, that's what it's going to take. And so I don't come around and beat our chest like we got this amazing defense or amazing defensive line or whatever it is. We got to be good as a unit. You know, if your D-line's good and your cornerbacks are, you know, letting guys run by them, your D-line doesn't look so good. It all works together, you know. All three phases. They're a really good team. You ain't just going to go and play one phase really well. You know, if we play well, it's because our team plays well. You know, that's how I look at it.
Historically speaking, y'all have had a lot of success against them, but this year in particular, where our offense is, you know, doing as well as they are, I guess what do you see that's different maybe this year?
With who? Wake?
With Wake, yeah.
I don't know. It's the same offense they've been running. Really good. They were really good last year. They were really good the year before. They were really good the year before that. They've been really good. I don't know what the numbers are, but they've been really good. So I don't see anything that's necessarily different. They've got a veteran group. They're playing really well. They got a veteran quarterback. Timing, the precision, the cohesion up front, all of it is just that. It's cohesive. And they think they've had a couple of bad games on defense, and they've had some injuries there. But you know, they've played really well at spots there too. So they got a good kicking game, excellent kicking game. So that helps you have a good team and complements one another. And again, they know how to attack people. They've got a great staff. They've been together a long time, and again, they got a group of guys that they've done a great job of developing, both up front and at receiver. Running backs, you know, they lost the guy to Michigan State. And they still got these guys that they're running through everybody. So anytime you got a quarterback that can run the football as well and design quarterback runs as well as the RPO world, it makes it really hard. The reason they're hard to stop is just, you know, they've got the trump card, you know, if you will. And they got the marker last, you know, and so because of that scheme, then that's the scheme. They're very hard to defend. Be on the right side of it enough times, and then again going really, just getting guys, you know, going really fast and to where you can't play technique and fundamentals and good eyes, and you're not physical, you're not aggressive. That all plays a part of it too, by going really fast. That's why they do that. There's not a, well, let's just go really fast. They do it to create an advantage. And so they're relying on we can go fast, and we decide when we're going to snap it, and this is how we practice. And so we're going to be more precise than they are. And then next thing you know, they get big plays out of it.
How do you feel like Rook has done just overall?
He's been good. You know, he's been banged up this year too. Who hasn't? Which has slowed some of his development down. You know, we've had to help him during the weeks, you know, as far as practice is concerned. But where he was a year ago to where he is now, different planet. Really trending in the right direction. Really proud of him and his development. Going to be a really, really good player when it's all said and done.
You feel like Trey is just going to keep battling through?
Yeah, he's banged up. Tyler is, certainly Brian's not there. And trying to keep bringing Etanos and Ruben, bringing him along as well.
What do you think is the biggest difference in Markman, Sam Markman, the way he's playing after playing the level of unless nobody's been watching Wake Forest, you know, like they've been really good and he's been really good. So he's the same guy. He's just still really good again. I don't know. Maybe, hey, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, haven't they been good? I mean, there's one second highest point in the country.
Yeah, like I think they were like right there last year. I think they're right there. I don't know if you're in the top 10, you're there. You know, they've had, I think, give or take 4 of the last 6 or 7 years, they'll have had the top 5 amount of snaps, most offensive snaps in college football. Points are going to be up there, you know, better than most everybody, and he's been a big reason. So, again, he's developed, he's, you know, matured, he's got a lot of moxie, great instincts, good presence to him. Again, he understands the offense and really has a good understanding structurally of defenses and how they're going to try to attack, and so he makes a lot of really, really good decisions. And so those are the proverbial layups, you know, not putting them in harm's way, and now the offense can, you know, be fluid.
And they've got explosive playmakers, and he's one of them. He can extend plays. You know, you cover everybody, he runs it. You come after and he burns you because he throws it with incredible accuracy. So he's just more of the same to me. That's what Sam's been. He was played in the Shrine Bowl with one of my sons years ago, and that's what he did there too. And he did it in high school. He's been a baller a long time. And just happened. Is he a senior?
I think so, but I don't know the big coaching stuff out with it.
It doesn't really matter to me. If I'm writing the story too, he's a senior, 4th year guy, 5th year guy. Maybe he's not a senior. Maybe we get to see him again next year. But so he's been really good though.
How many different defenders is he reading on each play?
I don't know. I don't even know.
Is that
I have
extraordinary?
no idea.
Like, because it looks like it's more than normal.
Yeah, I don't even know. He probably sees a lot. I mean, again, the game slows down for you. The more you play, you're a good player, and then you play a lot. You anticipate, you see things a lot of other people don't. So he does it, like I said, does just a wonderful job of managing and executing their offense, leading their offense, and that's part of it, making the right decisions that way.
Feel good about Booth and Mario's ability to cover downfield defensively in those matchups.
We better, right? We better feel good. Hey, man, a year ago in the game, it was just okay. You know, it was just okay. But we put some pressure on them, and you know, just go back. and we had 9 starters. Brandon's first time they ever started a game. We played Wake Forest last year. 9 first-time starters. And Booth was one of them. That's his first collegiate start. So he was a little spazzy. Just ask him. So, but I mean, they're having good years, really good years, Mario and Andrew. So we're going to need them to play well. You can't have your corners not play really well at the end of this game and expect that you're on the right side of it. It's going to be critical. Whether you're playing cover 2, you're playing 3 deep, you're playing quarters, they got to play well. But so do everybody else does. You can't say your linebackers were trash and, oh, yeah, we won. I don't see it that way. And we're going to have to play well. We're going to have to play, you know, our best game of the year.
I think Roberson's maybe been a little bit banged up with just their receivers. What do you see from that group?
Yeah, they got them everywhere. They got 2 6'5" guys outside. They got great slots. They got 5. They got 13. They got 83. All these guys playing in the slots. They got them all. They don't just have one guy. So they got the freshman from Philly, and 83 Moran and Roberson. And then we got 2 big 6'5" guys outside. They're playing really well. So we're not feeling bad for them. And they've done a great job at spreading the net, getting a lot of guys involved, whether it's the backs, tight ends, receivers. They've done a really nice job spreading it around.
Any questions for Coach from Zoom?
Hey, Brent, David with ESPN. You kind of just reeled off a long list of the guys that they have. How much of a challenge is that when they can kind of test you in a bunch of different places with a bunch of different guys, really at all 3 levels of the defense?
Yeah, just as opposed to one guy. Everybody, like I said, everybody's got to play well. It's challenging. You have to play well in every patch of grass. You know, whether it's the A gap and you're the nose guard, or you know, you're the strong safety. You know, playing outside leverage number 2. Everybody needs to do their job, play with great precision, and play well. You know, consistently. Because again, they got weapons everywhere. It's not just one guy, and they've got good depth. They've done a good job of developing, and they're playing fast, and the players are executing at a high level.
And how much, you know, I agree with you that people have probably not noticed the progress that this team has made offensively over the years, and sort of peaking now, but it does feel like their offensive line has maybe been one of those stories that has gone under the radar, because Sam Hartman sits back there and has a ton of time to pick defenses apart often too. How much of that is their offensive line has grown? How much of that is just the scheme that they run makes it hard for you to be aggressive up front?
Yeah, they've only had a couple years where they were didn't have maybe they had some attrition where they weren't as good. I think that's one of the best things they've done again the entire time is giving themselves a chance with a good cohesive offensive line. And again, players that understand their scheme, their system, and you don't see them just turning people loose. You don't see guys just falling on their face. And you know, you see again are very cohesive, well coached. We got a game plan. Just don't make many mistakes. So that's been a big part of their success since they've had success. But certainly this year they're playing at a very high level up front.
Thanks, Brent.
Yep, you bet.
Anybody else for Coach?
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right,
Thanks,
you
man.
bet.